It was one of those nights where the tension in the room was thick enough to cut with a knife. We were alone, the dim lights casting shadows across the living room, the kind of quiet that usually invited intimacy, but instead it had become a battlefield. Emily, my wife, had always had a sharp tongue when she wanted to get under my skin, but tonight, she pushed it further than ever. "I mean," she said casually, a wicked smirk curling on her lips, "at least my ex was bigger." The words hit me like a punch to the gut. For a moment, I froze, not out of embarrassment, but because the audacity stunned me. She had always tested boundaries, but this was different. She thought she could mock me, humiliate me, and provoke a reaction. Most men might have shouted, argued, or tried to defend themselves, but I didn't. I smiled. Calmly, deliberately. Emily blinked, caught off guard by my lack of response. What are you smiling at?" she asked, a hint of uncertainty creeping into her voice. I leaned back, my smile widening just slightly, not in arrogance, but in control. "I'm smiling," I said softly, "because you've just revealed more about yourself than about me." Her smirk faltered. "What are you talking about?" she asked, leaning forward, trying to recover her dominance, her confidence. I let the silence linger, letting the tension build, watching her fidget under the weight of her own words. Then I spoke, calm and measured, letting every syllable land like a hammer. "You see, Emily, mocking someone's insecurities doesn't make you clever. It just shows a lack of respect, a lack of maturity, and an inability to recognize the depth of the bond we share. I choose not to get defensive because the truth is, your attempt to wound me says far more about you than it ever could about me." Her eyes widened, the smirk that had dominated the room disappearing as she realized she no longer held the power she thought she did. I continued, each word deliberate, unshakable. "And just so we're clear, I am confident in myself, in who I am, and in what we have. Your ex? Your comparisons? They are meaningless here. What matters is respect, loyalty, and understanding, the very things you just attempted to dismiss with a careless joke." Emily's lips parted, searching for a retort, but she found none. The laughter and confidence she relied upon evaporated into an uneasy silence. My calm, my control, had done what anger and defensiveness never could. It shattered her smug facade. I stood, slowly, walking past her, letting my presence fill the room. "You can mock, tease, and belittle if it makes you feel strong. But know this," I said softly, looking directly at her, "I will never shrink to satisfy your insecurities, and I will never let disrespect masquerade as humor in my home." Her face had changed completely. The sharpness in her eyes was gone, replaced by hesitation, realization, and a faint trace of fear of someone who had finally stopped playing by the rules she expected. Her smile, the one that had always been her shield, vanished completely. That night, Emily left early, not with anger or drama, but with the quiet weight of defeat pressing down on her. I remained, calm, collected, and quietly victorious. I didn't need to shout, I didn't need to retaliate. My confidence, my composure, and my refusal to be manipulated had said everything. By the time the door clicked shut behind her, I realized something profound. The most powerful response isn't confrontation or vengeance, it's self-assurance, calm authority, and the ability to let truth speak louder than words. And tonight, her mockery had met its match in silence, poise, and the unshakable reality of someone who knows their worth. In the end, I didn't just defend myself, I set a boundary, reclaimed my dignity, and reminded her, silently but unmistakably, that some lines, once crossed, leave no room for excuses. And in that quiet triumph, her smile was gone, but my strength had only grown.